Hey beans, head scratches. So 2023 and 2024 have been crazy years for furry conventions, with so many records being broken. From conventions continuing their record as the longest running FurCon, to the largest amount of money raised for charity at one convention. I want to talk a little bit about these records some of these conventions have, and maybe a little bit about the convention themselves. But before we begin, last time I asked you guys how you met your first furry friend. And here are some of the answers you guys gave me. This time around, I want to ask you guys, if your Fursona came to life, do you think you would survive living with them? And why? Answers down below and I'll post some of them in the next video. Bark. The oldest still active furry convention, Eurofurence 1995. Yes! Finally! I get to talk about something in Europe on this channel. Take that everywhere else. Woo! So the scary thing about Eurofurence is that it actually started the year I was born, which I don't know if that makes me feel young or old. But this convention was last in Germany, and is possibly one of the only furry conventions which has been moved to several countries. Because in its 29-year history, this convention has been located in Germany, Sweden, the Netherlands, and Czechia, as well as being between 15 different cities. So it kind of feels more like a furry convention European tour, which I don't know if I love or hate that idea. What do you guys think? Would you attend a convention which moved country every year? Of course, if money wasn't a problem. Whatever money is. But of all the conventions we talk about today, Eurofurence had the smallest startup convention attendance, with a total of 19 attendees, and has grown to 5,241 attendees in 2024. And is the largest European FurCon, although Nordic FuzzCon is definitely knocking on that door. Anyway, big shout out to the 2.4% of you who are from Germany. Ich liebe dich. Es tut mir leid, dass ich kein Deutsche spreche. Das Bork. Okay, I've definitely lost all those viewers. The most donated to charity at one FurCon, Midwest Furfest. Okay, so this statistic is what really shreds my wheat in the morning. But Midwest Furfest holds the record for the most money donated to charity at a single furry convention, by raising $185,758 for the animal charity Live Like Roo. For context, this is $85,000 more than any other furry convention in the world, even the most popular ones. And this isn't to downgrade what other furry conventions raise, because $185,000 is an incredible amount to raise, with the average attendee raising $45 each. For additional context, if everybody in Scotland's capital, Edinburgh, paid $45, we'd raise $22,462,302, which would pay for a whole Tesco sandwich after Brexit. I really don't know how well that joke will go down. Please don't kill me. But something that's also pretty impressive with MFF is that it also consists of 5 of the top 10 most attended individual furry conventions of all time. But is MFF the top most attended physical FurCon? The most attended physical FurCon, Anthrocon. So Anthrocon tops the list for physical attendees with 18,639 attendance. For context, that is a larger gathering than the entire population of the Cook Islands. So you know it's only a matter of time before we have our first furry country founded. We shall call it the Furry Islands. Anyway, Anthrocon started in 1997 with an attendance of around 300. So that's a 6,113% increase in attendance over the past 27 years. Which is pretty insane given the attendance was less than half of this only 7 years ago. And 2 of those years were cancelled because of COVID. And another scary fact, it is the Halloween season after all, is that for the fursuit parade, there were 3,371 fursuiters involved, which the fursuit parade alone is big enough to be the 9th biggest FurCon this year. Yeah, let that sink in. In terms of charity, since 1997, Anthrocon has raised a total of $592,355 for various animal charities, with $100,000 coming this year alone. That's pretty incredible. The largest gathering of furries. Okay, I know the moment I said that last one, people will already be typing in the comment section, be like, Whiffles, I hate you. Ah! But for the biggest furry convention of all time, Furality takes that crown. Because they had a total of over 21,000 fuzzbutts in 2024. But for those who don't know this convention, Furality is a virtual reality convention which is on VRChat, which is kinda why I put it on a different list from Anthropon. Fun fact, Furality 2022 was actually my first ever FurCon, and I genuinely loved it. I also went to this year's one, and I got pretty drunk on the first night. Anyway, this isn't a Whiffles fact video, because that would be terrible. That'd be a terrible video. Furality started in 2020 and actually came in response to the COVID crisis. The first Furality had 2,691 attendees, which is the biggest startup convention of all the ones we've spoken about today. Maybe ever. And despite the worries that this convention would tail off, please like this video. This convention has actually almost doubled since the lockdown was lifted, and does not show any signs of slowing down yet. In the past 4 years, Furality has raised $130,835 for charity, which, given that the convention only started 4 years ago, is actually pretty remarkable, especially since $46,000 of that was raised this year alone. Let's keep this trend going, let's do this. The biggest increase of attendees from the previous year. So this one is less of a record and more of a neat fact. I know, I'm breaking YouTube rules by talking about something outside of a video title. Just call me Clickles the Baitler. But out of the top 20 furry conventions, here are the top 5 biggest attendance increases last year.
In 5th place, we have Las Vegas FurCon of America at 44% increase. In 4th place, we have Furry Weekend Atlanta, also of America, 45.4% increase. And taking the bronze medal is Infernity of Taiwan at 48.24% increase. And taking the 2nd place is Eurofurence of Germany at 43%. And in 1st place, we have Nordic FuzzCon of Sweden at 57.7% increase.
Did I just include this fact to mention Nordic FuzzCon? Maybe. The biggest We Don't Talk About FurCon, Rainforest. Anyway, that is the end of the video, guys. Thank you so much for getting this far. Which record did you like the best? And what video would you like to see next? Comment down below. And if you like this video, please feel free to subscribe. We are so close to 3,000 subscribers. It's actually pretty insane. Also, feel free to give me a like or a dislike if you want. I'm not your real step furry. You can make your own choices. But anyway, if you remember anything from this video, guys, remember that you matter yesterday, you matter today, and you matter tomorrow, and I love every single one of you. Mwah. Bark, 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 bark. I'm not doing that again.